Today I'm going to do something new, advanced cluster setup with policy management. So far I have a, single node ACM cluster. It's opening, and I have installed Argo CD as well. So this is the French brand new Argo CD. You can see this is the cluster is running on 4.18.30, and so far I have installed two operators. One is Argo CD, one is advanced cluster management only. um, Only the subscription I have installed. Multi cluster house not yet installed. So you can see Openshift GitOps that uh, is that Argo CD is installed, and Open Cluster Management only operator is installed, not the. So rest of the part is I'm going to install through GitOps Argo CD using policy management. So I have a private repo which is I have installed in similar setup. So this is overall architecture. You can see this is I'm going to do that. Explain later on that part. Let me pull admin password. So I'm just login keyword main in the Argo CD. This is a fresh installation. What I am going to do, this is the code repo privately, and in the hub I have a RACM application. This is Red Hat application that only operator is installed. I'm going to do that. You can see. Then what is there in the OCP hub ACM? It is pointing here, and here the customization tool is there where it is generating the hub cluster and manage cluster everything. So it will do everything via of that. First it will generate the ACM hub common, then manage cluster, NS, everything. But this is the policy application, and this is the Red Hat ACM application. You can see inside that hub there is a hub ACM folder. Let me tell you what is that. In that, it is going to do only the MCH, that managed cluster multi-cluster how it will going to install. This is the code. I'm just going to deploy. Save, create. You can see it is pulling from private repo and it started deploying. If I go back to there, it's not started. It's going to start. You can see open cluster management in this folder. There are so many container is going to create. It will take time. If I go back to console, you can see that multi-cluster hub only operator is installed. This is going to be installed and it started here multi-cluster engine, the another operator, and is through policy. And so it will take time in between. You can see in between I just pause it and I'll come back. Let's see. I hope it is installed for a while. You can see there are so many things is in there. Let me refresh. So trust ACM multi-cluster, so many things are installed. And if I go back to here, you can see the multi-cluster engine has came up. And another thing also you can see that all cluster, the new tab also came. This is the another thing you can see. So, and the local cluster, which is the ACM by default, it is also came inside that. So here governance we don't have. Next we are going to do the governance and we can create policy and other part also. Uh, and so and inside let's see from console also if we can. There's no pod is pending. I hope so. And let's see. That is open cluster management and multi-cluster engine. These two, open cluster management and multi-cluster engine, these two OC get pod minus N open cluster. There you can see there are so many pods running. And if I go back to the multi-cluster engine also, you can see pods. There's so many pods are running. So okay. So now what we are going to do? We are going to install. Policy. Inside that, we are going to install hub policy. So hub policy is pointing to hub, Earlier before we saw that, and it is what is doing it is customized, so it will take a generator, policy generator file, ns namespace, and manage cluster set. These three things it is going to do. First, it will create some namespace. One is hub config, and then second is doing the manage cluster set. Default is global cluster, manage cluster set. If you go back, you can see the global and default, and global. Inside that, we are going to add this cluster set hub config namespace. Basically the tagging. And the third one, the another file is which is the policy. And the policy, you can, if I go back to this policy generator file, you can see there is so many policies are there. One is the hub cluster policies, this which is the common. What it does basically, first it will disable the operator. If you saw that inside that cluster, inside that operator hub, there are so many uh, cluster. I mean, operator is already there. So as we are going to use as a registry, and I customize that registry. So in that registry, it will take local registry. From there, it will take that only 6 operators, not all operator. After that, once we deploy, automatically it will set up. Then the operator CS also it will do. I'll explain that part in the hub common. Then machine config also it will set something that the NTP and the time zone also. Then a couple of things, the auth also it will take the create a HTTP password set, because as of now it is, if we log out from here, you can see only the cube admin is supported. So I have added auth setup also. So this policy is only for auth setup. It will set up. So this couple of three things it will set up. Then auth setup, hub cluster auth setup. Then banner also it will set up, and a couple of tools it will install, like storage, NFS based storage network setup, and some of the things is related to ZTP config. ZTP setup we will do in the next video, and the rest of the things we can see related to only ZTP. So this policy is going to do through this app. App means Argo app, and this is the hub policy app. I'm going to install that. And inside that, if I go back to, I just opening in the governance, so we can see what is happening here. So just adding this policy app here and create. So Red Hat ACM is already installed. Now hub policy is going to set up. If we go back to, so most of the things is done. and only I think couple of operator is going to install, and everything is sync. So everything in place. But if you saw that, eight in the local cluster, eight policy already installed. So hub cluster machine config banner, you can see this banner came automatically because it pulled that from that policy. Then cluster region service and the ZTP configure authentication also. I'll explain that part. I'll show you. And then some of the cluster tools also it is already installed, and these things. The operator hub. Now I'm going back to local cluster. If you saw that right now is the three operator already installed. If I go back to operator hub, I think it will come six. It will take time. I hope. Yeah, couple of things is going to install because Red Hat operator is container also going to install. Red Hat container also, and the assistant service also is going to install. Whatever the policy inside that, it's going to install. So meanwhile, I just log out from there. So one, I have installed the Red Hat ACM multi-cluster hub and the hub policy. These two things I have installed. So let me log out. Let's see whether HTTP password is set up for the authentication. Yeah, you can see the HTTP path. Earlier before you have kubeadmin, now I have HTTP password to authentication. So I have already set up these things. So I can log in. If I go back to each of the policy hub inside that, there is two common. One is the disable operator. So in the disable operator, you can see the most of the operator we have in disabled. All the operator we have a Red Hat operator community certified, and we have customized Red Hat operator from here. And you can see Red Hat operator, and it is pointing to mirror registry from our locally. So Red Hat operator gone, it will take time. Governance, all governance done. It will take time, I know. It will take time. Cluster. And then go back to local cluster, operator, operator hub. Only you can see six operator. Yes, you can see six operator. Earlier, before there was total so many operators because it is pulling from the cloud. And now you have an advanced cluster, SAT manager, LVM, and the metal LB, multi-cluster engine, and GitOps. So you can see the GitOps already installed, and that's it. The install operator also you can see. So in this session, we have completed the complete setup, and one more thing also, it will take time that all the other cluster, let's see. So through governance, basically the pro policy, we have completely hub cluster setup done. So when I install the SNO cluster, I have installed only SNO. After that, I have manually installed the Argo CD and the Red Hat ACM operator. not multi-cluster engine completely. And through this policy, I have completely done the rest of the things. Banner, HTTP password-based authentication, then machine config, cluster, everything we have installed. Okay. Uh, what else? Nothing. So these things it will take time. Actually, just creating some assistant image, PVC and others, it will take time. Pulling some images, that's it. We'll come back the next session with ZTP process. Thank you.